my whole business has been based on 4 words. Clutter is postponed decisions. And clutter prevents you from accomplishing your work and enjoying your life. And so what we're doing is helping people focus on what is in their space and asking a very simple question. Does this, whatever this is, this might be a physical thing, it might be an email, it might be a digital document, it might be a to-do on their to-do list, it might be somebody who's in their space who doesn't need to be there. In environments now, there's boundaries, and saying, does this help me accomplish my work or enjoy my life? And if the answer is no, it's clutter and you can't afford it.
Wonderful. Yeah, and I definitely understand that changes the energy of the environment also. Is that something that you play into? Because we were talking about this a little bit, and I've seen this on the website. Is this something that plays into also your life, spirituality, the essence of you? Because I know what it's like decluttering up here in order to actually get to the priority target. How do you work with people in that regard?
Well, I wrote a book called, my most recent book is called Less Clutter, More Life. And the premise is that physical and digital clutter is a symptom of emotional and spiritual clutter. So when people have, and your ability to accomplish any task or goal is directly related to your ability to find what you need when you need it. And when you have a lot of clutter, you can't do that. And the thing that prevents people from getting rid of clutter is always emotion. It's a fear. It's a fear that they'll make a mistake, the fear that they'll offend someone, the fear that we won't be responsible, the fear that they'll want it back, the fear that they'll forget. And so we help them address what that is, but do it physically. So most often we start in somebody's office with the physical things, because the reality is if you organize the physical, the digital and everything else gets a whole lot easier. What prevents you from organizing the physical or the digital is the emotional and spiritual. Organizing in and of itself has no value. And there are, in fact, people, you may know some, who spend all their lives organizing, but they never have anything to show for it. So when someone says to us, I want you to help us, we say, to do what? If you were organized, what would you be able to do that you can't do now? How would you feel that you don't feel now? How would you know? How would we be able to track it? And when we know that why, then it's like, okay. And we have a scorecard. You'll see that on our website. You fill out this scorecard. It's 15 questions. It takes less than 5 minutes. We've looked at thousands of those scorecards. And when we look at it, we can very quickly say, okay, this is what you need to do to get on the right track to make your environment a productive environment so you can accomplish your work and enjoy your life.
Outstanding. Barbara Hemphill of productiveenvironment.com. You need to check out productiveenvironment.com. It starts with, dare I say it, decluttering ourselves to a certain extent, prioritizing where we want to go. It's interesting because as a Marine and an infantryman living out of just a big backpack out in the middle of the desert, it's easy to say, oh, I wish that I had all of these things. I would say it's better to go with, I'm grateful that I have what I've got. And yeah, a little something extra might help out the mission. Or is it just going to clutter up? Is it just something else that I have to maintain accountability of? And maintaining accountability of something is a stressor unto itself.
Absolutely. That is so true. And I want to point out something you said. You talked about sometimes you have to get your mental and spiritual life in order first. And that's true. But sometimes, and we've seen this many times, we can flip it around the other way.